Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America, our Canadian friends north of the border, and all our ships at sea. I'm your roving reporter Smedley Butterworth, and this is 1938, Part 2, in Review. July, Berlin. Hitler's buildup of mechanized forces continued and expanded. Intelligence reports indicate the addition of medium armor units to the growing stockpile. This revelation raised a few eyebrows among French and British General Staff officers, as no other country on earth produces armor of this caliber. Switzerland. The International Olympic Committee was informed that Japan withdrew from hosting the 1940 Winter Olympics in Sapporo and the 1940 Summer Olympics in Tokyo due to diplomatic pressure regarding the war in China. The IOC immediately offered the Winter Games to St. Moritz, Switzerland. However, a dispute between the IOC and Swiss organizers about professional ski instructors claiming amateur athlete status caused the IOC to withdraw its offer. The committee then decided to hold the Winter Games at Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Bavaria, the site of the 1936 Winter Games. The Summer Games were given to Helsinki, which the Finns graciously accepted. Paris. The Evian Conference on Refugees convened. It became immediately clear that no European country was willing to accept Jews fleeing religious and racial persecution. The American delegation announced a hard limit of 27,000 Jewish asylum visas per year. United States. Howard Hughes completed a 91-hour round-the-world flight, setting a new record. 2 days later, Wrong-Way Corrigan took off from New York, bound for Los Angeles, but landed his plane in Ireland instead. August, Berlin. Oberkommando der Wehrmacht, or OKW, agreed to adopt the Walther P-38 as the standard issue pistol for German armed forces. September, China. Emperor Hirohito, who continually referred to his war in China as a series of live-fire exercises, continued the offensive with decisive victories in Xinghai and Sichuan. Additional reinforcements arrived from the home islands to augment the Imperial Army in Kwangtung. China. Chairman Mao Zedong broke his truce with Chiang Kai-shek by taking possession of Xinjiang province in western China. Comrade Stalin wasted no time aiding his communist ally via the new railroad link into the province. However, Stalin also sent military aid to the nationalist army in Yunnan. October, London. The capital garrison grew slightly, while the Admiralty announced a modest expansion of the home fleet. Northern Ireland. Protesters at the Belfast shipyard tried but failed to disrupt the commissioning ceremony of the Royal Navy's newest light aircraft carrier. A few dozen arrests quelled the disturbance, and security service officers were spotted taking at least one known IRA leader into custody. Africa. South African troops journeyed north to Tanganyika and Egypt to support the empire. Germany. In accordance with the Nuremberg laws, all passports held by Jews were invalidated. Since then, those who apply for an immigration passport are issued a document stamped with a large letter J for Jude or Jew. November, Germany. Kristallnacht, Night of Broken Glass, saw wholesale destruction of Jewish property. Nazi mobs burned and looted more than 7,000 Jewish-owned businesses. Nearly 300 synagogues were burned. 100 Jews were murdered, and 25,000 were arrested for trying to defend themselves, their families, and property. Northern Italy. Intelligence agents reported the comings and goings of airborne troops and transport planes. December. Washington, D.C. President Roosevelt approved a $25 million loan to Chiang Kai-shek to finance the continued defense of China. The Japanese foreign minister was reportedly too shocked to inform the emperor. However, he did manage a letter of protest, sent by telex, which was promptly delivered to Secretary Hull. The State Department has refused comment on the matter. China. Chiang Kai-shek graciously accepted delivery of U.S. military aid. At the same time, the Generalissimo consolidated his army in Yunnan province. Puerto Rico. An American engineering and construction firm completed improvements to San Juan Harbor. New piers, fuel terminal, and warehouses now allow the port to service the largest ships afloat. Berlin. Otto Hahn discovered nuclear fission of uranium. Leading physicists speculate the potential energy released by fission reaction would be several orders of magnitude greater than any other presently known chemical reaction. And there you have it. 1938, Part 2, in review. Thank you, and good night.